Good? Better than unconscious. Yes. Well, what I look at, we had great honor and still had the dish. So when I look at the dish and taken this thing and you look at the difference, you know, this is all I calculate tell them about it. Because you see, at the beginning, they had no interest in it when they advertised and so when I put forward this thing to them, but they still had the dish. You know, when I see they still do it, but we only take one. If you have any one, yeah, see this man. Really, I don't have more on it. And in my school, they don't over all. And here, well, you know, we had after some time, one day, when we were
Just be careful where you sit. As we observe all the health protocols, they say their final farewell to Sri Lalchan. He has had many relationships: son, husband, father, brother. Circumstances that prevail over not only in Trinidad and Tobago, the world over. And to act differently for our own welfare and safety. As the Atman or the soul has departed from this body, in the personality of Lalchan Deosaran, what is left behind, present in our midst here, is the human. The being has left this body. The human lies in front of us. The being has left. And it is our duty and responsibility of those who would have been in his presence while he was alive, the love that he shared, the moral values that he would have instilled in those who came in contact with him, and those values will continue to live on. And all we can do today is to very respectfully, very caringly take care of the human in a humane manner. We ask God, the Divine Supreme Being, to give all of us the strength to deal with this particular situation. It is not a new one, but there will only be one like this in all our lives. This brother, this father, this uncle, this grandfather, great-grandfather, only once this will happen. And we ask God to give us the strength to deal with this. Let's join in prayer. Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadesyami Ritam Vadesyami Satyam Vadesyami Tanuvatu Mavatu Bhaktaram Om Shanti Shanti. The holiest of all and controller of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, O Almighty One, blessings all around us. We bow unto most powerful and supreme being. You alone are the omniscient one whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you and you alone the true one. Your will as truly revealed in the Vedas will be obeyed and preached. We will be fruitful in thoughts, words, and deeds. You are our shelter. May you protect us who study and contemplate your divine nature, who serve only the truth. May you again serve the divine supreme being in truthfulness and in righteousness, and that which is for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Let there be peace in the upper in the middle region on earth. Today, we humans are living in the blind and darkness of ignorance. God, let the lamp of your knowledge shine so that we can select the true path in this life. We are roaming in darkness. Show us the path by shedding your reassuring light where we walk, O Lord, and bless our eyes with the ability to see and to select. We are your own children, the direct inheritors of your grand legacy of mercy. We are the ones privileged to enjoy the bounties of your grace. Bless us. आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। भत कर हे हम राह दिखा दे, भगवन राह दिखा दे। भत कर हे हम राह दिखा दे, भगवन राह दिखा दे। कदम कदम पर किरण बिछा दे, भगवन किरण बिछा दे। कदम कदम पर किरण बिछा दे, भगवन किरण बिछा दे। इन अखियन को प्रभु करा दे, इन अखियन को प्रभु करा दे। ज्योति से पहचान, ज्योति से पहचान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। प्रभु संतान हम तो है संसार तिहारी, प्रभु संतान तिहारी। तेरी दया के हम अधिकारी, प्रभु है हम अधिकारी, तेरी दया के हम अधिकारी, प्रभु है हम अधिकारी। दुनिया होवे सुखी हमारी, दुनिया होवे सुखी हमारी। ऐसा देवर ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। Let us join in prayer. Om Vishwani Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadrantana Asuva. O radiant divinity, cause of all manifestation in the universe, remove all evils from us and endow us with all that is noble. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patireka Asin Sadadhar Prithabhibhyam Utemam Kasmai Devaya was alone present in the beginning. He sustains this earth and all radiant regions. May we contemplate the nature of that blissful being with devotion. Om Yatmada Baladaya Sya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityum Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. He is the giver of knowledge of self and the bestower of strength. He is meditated away from him is death. May we contemplate that blissful being with devotion. Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahetvek Idraja Jagato Babhuva Yaishe Yasya Dvipadaschatuspada Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. He, by his power, is supreme among all animate and inanimate things of the world, and he causes all bipeds and quadrupeds to come into being. May we contemplate that blissful being with devotion. Om Yena Dhaurugra Prithvi Cha Dridha Yena Swastabhitam Yena Naka Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimana Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. He upholds radiant regions, the sun, earth, and other hard bodies. He sustains happy ethereal regions and salvation. He brings into being from elementary matter and dissolves in the elementary matter the heavenly bodies in the zodiac. May we contemplate that blissful being with devotion. Om Prajapati Natvadetanyanyo Vishwajatani Parita Babhuva यत्कामास्ते जुहुमस्तन्नो वस्तु वयं स्याम पथयोरयेनाम्. O Lord of all subjects, none except you pervade all these objects. May all our desires for which we come to your shelter be fulfilled, so that we might become wealthy and prosperous. Om Sano Bandhur Janita Sa Vidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yatra Deva Amritamana Shanas Tritaye Dhamana Dhairdhayantam. He is our friend, the cause of all manifestation and the sustainer. He knows all places and regions. In him, abode of all happiness, roam the learned at will, enjoying emancipation. Om Agninaya Supatharaya Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vedwan Yuyodhyasmaj Juhuran Meno Bhuishtanti Nama Uktim Vidhema. O self-effulgent being, all holy and of all things, lead us to the path of goodness, to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and be always happy. To do the eulogy. R.M. Ramsar.
Namaste, Sitaram, and good morning. The family of the late Lalchan Deosaran would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to all family and friends who supported us and came to honor and celebrate the life of Mr. Lalchan Deosaran this morning. We all know him to be a different role, such as the son, the husband, the father, brother, uncle, cousin, grandfather, and friend. He was born in Flanagan Town, Brasso on the 30th of April in 1925 and attended the Flanagan Government Primary School, and then went on to obtain his wireman's license. He met and married the love of his life, the late Dolly Deosaran, in 1947. The union brought forward 4 children, Veena, Boyi, Radhika, and Baby. After the birth of Veena and Boyi at Flanagan Town, he came to Point Fortin in search of jobs at the oil field. While working at the oil field, he decided to start his own electrical shop, which he operated for close to 40 years. He was actively involved in the Lions Club and was of countries and went even as far as Europe. He ventured into politics often after the passing of his wife. He was unable to work anymore and he handed over the business to his son, the late Boyi. After the passing of his son 8 years ago, his daughter Baby left her family and took care of him until he passed away.
At this time, we will have 2 bhajans by Mr. Bhisham Ilnarayan. Dhanyawad, brother, for those two beautiful bhajans, and also thank you, Aaron, for that lovely understanding of the late Sri Lalchan ji. Today, unfortunately, we are unable to come to terms with it, some of us. But it happens. It's the reality of our existence. Whatever is born will die. That's what it is. But why is it that we are so emotional and so much attached? Is it we are attached to the Lalchan ji we see in front of us here, the human, or are we attached to the Lalchan ji that we say is in a better place somewhere, wherever that is? Which one are we attached to? And which one of us, because we fall in the same category, because we have this human body, and we also have that spiritual body. Which one of us is attached to which one? Is it this physical body attached to that physical body? Or is my spiritual being, existence, attached to that spiritual existence? And that is the objective of being blessed with the human body. And not the body must be attached to the next body, but it is the Atman or the soul must be in union and communion with that divine supreme being. That divine supreme Atman, which comes from the Paramatman, the divine supreme soul. But because we pay so much attention to the physical, we get caught up in the physical, caught up in the pain, the disappointment, the hurt, everything else that comes with it. But that only happens to the physical being. Every thought, every word, and every action has a consequence. That is the natural law of existence. So we exist today based upon the consequences of the Atman, the divine being, existing previous to this, where we are now. We're here because of that. According to Tulsidas Maharaj Ji in the Ramcharitamanas, 8.4 million species that the soul has an opportunity to inhabit one of those 8.4 million species. So over time, all of us here, our Atman that is, our soul that is, Some people call it the spirit, whatever. The understanding is important here. The divine supreme being. And that exists in each one of us. Fortunately, for us human beings, we are at the top of the ladder. And only we are given that opportunity to think, speak, and to act in such a manner that our Atman, when it separates at this point in time, when it separates from the human body, has the opportunity to understand philosophy and understanding before we reach to that point. Everything exists within each one of us. Discover it. We need to discover it. In Vedic, Sanatan teachings, we have the 7 chakras of the human body. And it is when we lift ourselves to each one of these chakras, we raise higher and higher and higher again. One philosopher said that there are 7 doors to which one can reach the kingdom of God. The 7 doors that we refer to are the 7 chakras. That you open each one of these chakras. As you reach the Sahasrara, the last chakra at the top of the head, you become one with the divine supreme being. And that's what they talk about. Hindus, we talk about moksha, freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Some people talk about emancipation. Some people talk about liberation. The principle is the same. The principle is the same. Freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Becoming one with the Supreme Paramatma. And this is the objective of the human existence. This is the objective. We are given this beautiful chariot of a human body. It's a beautiful chariot of a human body with enough horsepower. Sight, hearing, speech, feeling, the ability to eat, the ability to act. We are given hands, not just to drive a car or to do something else, but we're given hands to serve one another. That's the objective of our hands. The final divine objective of our hands. They are to serve one another. Our feet are to take us to the place where we are in the company of good and righteous people. Not righteous people because they attend a particular place, but righteous people whose thoughts, words, and actions are their righteousness. Not because they go to a mandir, a church, a mosque, or wherever else. But sometimes in there, you will come across the worst of people. We do find it there, under the name of whatever philosophy or religion as this might be. Sometimes you find it there, the worst people. But that's a good thing. Because finding such people there teaches us the lesson that we must learn. First, not to be like that. Secondly, the hurt and the anger and the disappointment must not affect you. You must rise above that and continue to serve. Don't leave and run away. You have the opportunity to make a change. Very often, you say, see them, I ain't going there, leave that alone. Them that they're doing the wrong thing, they will continue to do the wrong thing. So when you run away, you allow wrong things to continue, so to speak. So we must stand up and fight. As Arjuna on the battlefield in Kurukshetra. Say, Arjuna, you have choices. But what are the choices that you are going to make? Are you going to pack up and head out? Or are you going to stay there and fight? Fight for what is right. And it was an act of dharma. For you to act righteously, to protect dharma. And he who acts in the interest of dharma, in dharma, and with dharma, eventually dharma protects that person. that person becomes a karmic person. The life of Sri Lalchan ji, with all the relationships that we talk about, brother, son, husband, father, grandfather, neighbor, member of the Mandir group, all of that. The actions that he performed, that's the only thing that's important, because that's the only thing that will affect the Atman. It's the only thing, not the relationships. The relationships help us to develop our own self, to become a better human being. So with this short message, what it is that I have said, hopefully, that will bring about one change in each one of us. I've said many things, but I just ask that you pick one and see how it can help you in your daily life, every day in your life. You know, sometimes you go and we hear a whole lot of 10 things you should do and 20 things you should do and all that. I'm just asking for one. Pick one and see which one that suits you, your own circumstances, your situation where you are, and what your abilities are. To pick one and deal with it. So as we continue to pay our respects, this is a lovely bhajan, in essence of all that I have said here. Here and go to the shore of peace, what is no longer here again. Therefore, unendingly the wheel of the world keeps revolving, birth and death, birth and death. A birth is going to take place with the Atman of Lalchan ji. What decides that? It's not who decides that, it's what decides that. He has already decided that. We can do that. He has decided that by his actions. So only the consequences of his action will determine what happens next to that Atma. And this world is like a plant. It is at one time blossoming and bearing fruit, and on the other it withers, only to be born again. Everyone comes into this world is finally brought to an end by time. 1925, 2021. The rose of life is watered by one's actions. It spreads and it becomes fragrant. Each individual is united to each other in this world on the basis of actions committed in the past. The fact that the world is not an illusion but a stark reality in which one has to live. It's a reality we have to live in this world. It makes it all more important for us to learn the true art of living. Living with one another, with our shortcomings particularly. Kalraha suajna arwaaj hai soab nahi. Kalraha suajna arwaaj hai soab nahi. Chakra yah sansar ka घूमत सदा इसी बात ही. और है ना छोर है जीवन लता अद्भुत सदा. फूलती फलती तथा मुरझात फिर नूतन भये. कलरहा सो आज ना आज है सो अब नहीं. कौन आया है यहाँ सब काल रहने के लिए. कर्म सींचे फैलती सुरभित हुए जीवन कली कल रहा सो आज ना अरु आज है सो अब नहीं नार नर साथी यहाँ सुख दुख अपनी भाग से लोक भी में त्या नहीं जीवन कला है सेखनी कल रहा सो आज ना अरु आज है सो अब नहीं चक्र यह संसार का घूमत सदा इसी बात ही कल रहा सो आज ना अरु आज है सो अब नहीं अरु आज है सो अब नहीं अरु आज है सो अब नहीं. At this time we will have a few words from a member of the Pontfortin Mandir, Bal Nisir, as he will say a few words on behalf of that congregation. Bal.
Sitaram and a pleasant good morning to everyone here. With the lecture we got from Bondage, it's very hard to compete with that, so we need one. Mr. Deosaran was a foundation member of the Pontfortin Hindu Mandir, and he served there as treasurer for a good number of years, I could remember. Since I was a young fellow, I could remember him there in the temple carrying on the works of the Mandir. On behalf of the committee, I would like to express our deepest sympathy to 96 years old. It takes a lot of wisdom to reach that age, to live a full life at that age. And we wish in the hereafter, their own. And I want to be very short too, because I don't want to carry on too long. So I'll end by saying, Ramnam Satya.
Thank you very much. Vedic Sanatan Dharma, 100 years. Om Tat Chakshura Deva Hitam Purastachar Mukcharat Prashima Shadvaha Shatam. May we live to 100 years, enjoying all our faculties, our sight, our hearing, and everything else that God has blessed us with. And when we reach to this beautiful age of 96, surely we would have touched the lives for a very long time with other people. A good friend of Sri Lalchan ji is here this morning. I don't know how many more friends of that era would be around, but nevertheless, I would like to give this opportunity to his good friend Deo Maharaj to say a few words on their friendship. You can say.
Salam to everyone. Nirveganam kurumai deva sarvayang manat. I stand alone today in that circle of age bracket. And we had a very long years of working together because we more or less do the same type of work. And that gentleman was a very thrifty gentleman. He did so many different things apart from his normal electrical work. He did sea work, he went and do house wiring on credit and all these things, different kind of work we do. But I wouldn't want to go too long on that because it take me years. But I want to just say a few words on my visit here from time to time. There were times I was pretty regular. He couldn't come outside here. I had to go. And when I go in that bed, and I look at this man that I know and who he was, I came one day, and he started to shed tears. And then I keep away a little bit, and then I come back again, and then hold my hand, and he started to shed tears again. And that is the last day I come in this house, because I couldn't take that again. But I was always inquiring about he from other source. I wouldn't even call baby, because baby might look to have a conversation with me, and I didn't want that. Now, I know he was ailing for a long time. Less than 2 years now, my wife was. And in 1 month time, my wife couldn't eat or drink water. And when I look at that, and then she was taken to the nursing home, and I think she stayed about 9 days. And I used to go there and stay with she. And when I look at that separation she was going through, and the day my wife passed out, I was the happiest man. And up to this day, I am happy about that. So today, this young man gone, and I'm happy for him also too. Because what happened to him will happen to me. Right? One day, ekadina chuti jaye sansar. Right? So I know time could be of importance this morning. Baby doesn't know that. Baby was there by me and my wife. So there's so much to say, but I can't go. So thank you very much for this little time.
Thank you very much, Papa. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. We come into this world for a very short time, and one day we will leave, as the Lalchan is doing. At this point in time, we would like to give the opportunity for those who are here to come and pay their last respects in a manner befitting the relationship that you shared with Lalchan. We have some flowers and family members and garlands and things like that, so we would have them available for those who would like to put a flower as a mark of your respect, a mark of your love, and we take it, and he will take it with him wherever he goes. The fragrance of your relationship lies in that flower that you place upon him today, his physical body, that is. So what I will do, I will be chanting some mantras, but while I chant, I would like those who would like to place the flower, we have them here, to come now and begin to do the last rites of the flower. We can just put the chair a little bit backwards so that people can pass, come around this way and go, so that we will allow others to follow also. Yeah, let's put it back. Let's put it backwards. That's it. Allow people to pass. So those who would like to put the garland can come and get the garlands now, and I will begin chanting. Namaste Satete Jagat Karanaya Vaivaya Mukti Pradaya Namo Brahma व्यापिने शाश्वताय त्वमेकं शरण्यं त्वमेकं वरेण्यं त्वमेकं जगत्पालकं स्वप्रकाशम् त्वमेकं जगत्कात्रिपात्रे प्रहर्त्रे त्वमेकं परमनिश्चलमनिर्विकल्पम् पावनानां महोचैपदानां नियन्त्री त्वमेकं परेषां परमरक्षणं रक्षणानां वयं त्वां स्मरामो वयं त्वां भजामो वयं त्वां जगत्साक्षिरूपं नमामः सदेकं निधानां निरालाम्भभीषां भवाम्भोधिपूतं शरण्यं व्रजामः न तस्य कश्चित् पतिरस्ति लोके न चेश्चितानैव च तस्य लिङ्गम् सकारणमकारणाधिपाधिपो न चास्य कश्चित् जनिता न चाधिपा तमेश्वराणां परममहेदेवतं पतिं we have some more flowers, and those who would like to come can do so at this point in time. After which we will do the final chanting of the mantras, and we will be preparing to depart to the shore of peace for the completion of this Antyeshti Sanskar. Yes. Yeah. Anything. It makes your heart comfortable. You can spray it. Yeah. That's all right. You can spray all over. As we are preparing to take Sri Lalchan Ji from his home, I invite you to stand and to ask those who will be assisting in taking Sri Lalchan out could come and join at this point in time. Somebody there? Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva tvameva sarvam mama deva deva प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी प्रभु आए शरण तुम्हारी
there's anyone who would like to view at this time also as we make preparations for the interment of the body and flowers, the living flowers. Dharma Parikoti Yayasya Samakruta Mivasya Mitasacha Nitva Vishnu Dharasya Jahat Ruhatupa Hadupa Bhakya Shata Swaha Om Prithivya Swaha Om Agnaye Swaha Om Antarikshaya Swaha 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 Om Tapasaye Adreshyasa Tapasaye Sarvyaya Tapoye Chakri Makastanchi Devi Gachata Swaha Om Ye Yajvante Pradhaneshu Shuraso Ye Tanu Yajyaha Eva Sahasra Dakshina Stanchi Deva Gachangai Purnam Swaha Om Sarvam Vai Purvam Swaha